What's up, guys? It's Friday, and so you know what time it is. What the fitness time! Chino, what do we have? Stop scrolling TikTok and let me know what we got.
Oh, Max Massetti has sent me a video from TikTok.
Oh, you were doing research then?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck. For reasons, Creatine HCL is better than mono.
All right. Okay, I got the video. This is, you said Max Massetti was the person who sent it in? Shout out, Max.
Sure.
Thank you, Max. Keep it coming. So this is from a guy named, I don't know why I'm having trouble pronouncing this. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like it's inherently difficult username to pronounce, but Camthenetics. No, it's not. There's no T. Camthenix. All right, that's the TikTok. Anyway, he's got a nice Gymshark stringer on, and his hair is very nicely coiffed, and he's got a bathrobe hanging in the background. Seems legit. I don't know how big of a following this guy has, but let's see what he's got to say. 4 reasons Creatine HCL is better than Monohydrate. Okay. Well, I'm just going to slow that down because that music is... Actually, I like that song, but I like the original better. I'm assuming that this gentleman sells creatine hydrochloride or is sponsored by a company that uses creatine hydrochloride. Real quick, so I've been a big proponent of creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate is what is in our supplements for multiple reasons, but one very simple fact. Creatine monohydrate has been shown to saturate the muscle cell with phosphocreatine 100%. You cannot get more than 100%. Creatine monohydrate is the least expensive form of creatine. It is the most tested. It is the most safe in terms of documentation. Now, do I think creatine HCL is dangerous? No, I don't. But some people have proposed that creatine HCL is better than creatine monohydrate. Now, he's saying quicker to absorb, which, okay, so quicker to absorb, who cares? Creatine, as far as I know, is not dependent on the absorption kinetics. Creatine exerts its effects by saturating the cell 100% with creatine. That is not an acute effect. That is something that requires time. That is why it takes time to start seeing the effects of creatine. If you don't load, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks to saturate the muscle cells with creatine. If you do load, you can do it within a week, but you've got to get more aggressive with the amount of creatine you take in. The whole it absorbs faster, who cares? Purity. I'm not sure why that's an advantage. You can get micronized creatine monohydrate that's 99.9% creatine monohydrate. Pretty pure. Requires less daily. This is a hypothesis by people who promote creatine hydrochloride. The idea being that creatine hydrochloride is more soluble in water and perhaps has better absorption. There is a little bit of data to suggest that. So they propose, well, you need less daily. Maybe. But given that it's about 2 to 3 times as expensive as creatine monohydrate, even when correcting for the difference in dosage, you still pay more per dose for creatine hydrochloride. Now this last one's interesting. You hold on to more water, making you look bigger. What's funny is I've seen creatine hydrochloride typically marketed as you hold less water, you retain less water, which I've always found hilarious because the water retention from creatine is intracellular, as we've discussed before. That is a good thing. So his idea that you hold on to more water from creatine hydrochloride, which one is it, guys? Do you hold less water or do you hold more water? Which one is it? If anything, the fact that it's got better solubility suggests that maybe you'd actually hold on to less, but I don't think that's the case. I think the amount of water you hold inside the muscle cell is going to be the same because it's going to be dependent on the amount of phosphocreatine you have in your muscle. Once again, creatine monohydrate, I don't know how many times I have to say this over and over and over again, saturates the muscle cell 100%. There are none, 0 studies showing that creatine hydrochloride puts more creatine into muscle cells or more water into muscle cells than creatine monohydrate. If a study comes out tomorrow that shows creatine hydrochloride can put more creatine into muscle cells, I will eat my shoe and we'll have to go back and change the formulations of the supplement line. I don't think that's going to happen because, again, there have been many different forms of creatine that have come and gone because creatine monohydrate is very, very, very cheap because a lot of companies use it. So there's a lot of competition. Therefore, they can't make a big profit on it. We don't make a big profit on it. It's not a big selling point because people view it as boring ho-hum. I'm sorry that it's so reliably effective that it's boring. So the reason companies come out with other forms of creatine is so they can charge you more for it. That's it. That's the reason. No form of creatine has been shown to be superior to monohydrate in any study. In fact, most, like creatine ethyl ester and possibly buffered creatine, have been shown to be a little bit worse. So just use monohydrate. Now, there is one sort of population that a hydrochloride might be okay for, and that is if people have really bad gastrointestinal discomfort with creatine, then in those particular cases, perhaps hydrochloride might be better if you can take a lower dose and still get the same amount of phosphocreatine in muscle cells. But as far as I know, there's no study showing directly that. There are studies showing better solubility, but I am not aware of any study showing that at a lower dose of creatine that you get the same amount of phosphocreatine in muscle cells. And that which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. That's Hitchens' razor for some of you guys who don't know. If you like the video, click the links in the description. If you are interested in our products that use creatine monohydrate, click the Outwork link in the description. I'll catch you guys next week.